relationship right now.
I don't know why you would even suggest
Let's go
that.
up there.
And Sterling is cleaning up the edges of the CPU. So he's taking the glue off with a regular scalpel blade, which you can do. The sides of the CPU are pretty tough, pretty forgiving.
We got Miss Jessa here on the MC.
Hello.
I am soldering CPU.
We got Martin here, cameraman.
He is about to solder the CPU. He's aligning it. This CPU, he's going to take some time and precision to make sure it has perfect alignment. Here comes the hot air. We're going to see what temperature does he use to solder it back on.
We got the jump man right here, Leandro.
Nozzles. These are straight nozzles. That's going to be a challenge for some people. That would be a challenge for me. Yeah. All right. So this is atypical of the traditional American style of CPU because he still has his hot air at 500 degrees for install. 500 degrees for install is quite hot.
Siéntese la punta.
A little bit super crazy hot, but that is, oh God, he's touching the top of the CPU. So when you're putting a chip on, one thing you can never do. Sterling says,
Quiere más temperatura.
we're going to find out whether or not he's right. Would you touch the top of the CPU, Leandro?
Que si tocaría la parte de arriba del CPU cuando la está soldando. ¿Tocaría por la parte de arriba?
Mr. Jumper says, hell no! I would not touch the top of the CPU at 500 degrees.
Low temperature.
He lowered his temperature.
Lower it to 497. He said, I'm a little freaked out. You guys are freaking out about my 500 degrees. I'm going to turn it down.
Very good, man.
He turned it down to 497.
Yeah.
By the way,
Block out the noise, block out the noise. Keep going.
350 degrees. Okay. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Right.
I'm going to count you down. Okay, ready? Here comes Luis.
All right,
In
Luis.
3, 2, 1. Beep. All right, here comes Luis. So now Luis is going to start by cleaning the underfill or blasting off his CPU. We're going to check in on him. We're going to give him a chance to figure out the machinery, figure out how to use this hot air. Everybody is using hot air that's unfamiliar to them. Right? We all kind of get used to our own tools at home, and these guys are having to adapt. Every hot air.
All right, guys, so they are using the forward microscopes with the 4K. I actually did a review on their product, the forward microscopes. They're really, really nice. So check it out. You'll see a full-length video of my unboxing and product use. And it looks like they're also using the forward soldering iron. So it looks like a sponsor event by Ford. Thanks, Ford. You guys are doing well.
I told you so. 500 degrees. And he is definitely going to take this mic right out of my hand and drop it on the ground. We're not taking
There you go. Get him high. There you go.
I think that is a very unusual and aggressive move. We'll see.
Oh, he's stopped. Oh, he's gone. He's gone. He's done with it.
Okay, Sterling is done. 18 minutes and 41 seconds, and we're going to find out, did Sterling test it? No need. He knows it's going to work. Did he plug it in and see, does it look like it's consuming the right current? Of course it is. He said, put every screw back in before you test it again. We're going to see if that strategy pays off. Now over here, Luis appears to have brought his own hairstyling chair. I don't know if he is a barber in his spare time. He had one laying around. We got Luis has got, I think this is a pretty classic stance, right? If Luis ends up being the winner, these chairs are definitely going to be sold by all three. They're going to find him and they're going to get him. Okay, it's time to test. Here comes Leandro Jumper testing. So he's connecting his screen. Sterling, how do you feel? Do you think it's going to work?
50-50.
He says 50-50. Now, what made you say, I'm going to put this thing on with 500 and I'm going to touch it on the top?
I was just trying to make sure it was aligned and that it wasn't blowing away as I was putting the heat to it.
Okay.
I wasn't putting pressure down.
All right. Leandro is about to use the tweezers to simulate the power button. And we're going to find out, does it boot or not? So here we are. Competitor number 1.
No short.
No short.
No short.
There is no short. And so far, no life. But we'll see.
Kind of good, but
All right, he's trying to boot, and what he's seeing is a brief flash of current.
PMIC probably.
The brief flash of current. He's making sure. Leandro is checking to be sure that this is being told to boot. And answer is
No.
no.
Dead.
Boo. Sorry. Sterling, it did not work out. Now, what would you do?
No.
If you were
Nada.
back in the lab and you were told?
Jumpman says no.
There's some sort of short now.
We're not getting a reading on the voltometer, so no
No
go.
console.
No go. Qué lástima.
Going to zero. Why is that happening? Well, the likely case is that there is a short in
Difícil, ¿no?
power because of
15
bridging.
Pros or qué? 15
Something like that happens.
Project that down at 500 degrees. And agree with it, okay?
¿Y esto está broadcasting? ¿Tenemos monitor acá o tenemos de televisión?
That's enough, right? So it's very difficult to do these jobs under pressure
Yeah.
and to not have the
He already got the CPU off.
At home, you take
we got CPU
off.
off.
You take it
CPU's off.
and you check to see if there any bridging or
Cleaning the CPU.
All right, over here, Luis in his special chair. This special chair has definitely given him magical powers. Proximal, that means next for you
He
guys.
is
that
in at-
don't speak
we got
Portuguese
4
like I do.
minutes,
Proximal
4:20.
next. Shaw.
You're
All
good,
right,
bro.
Luis already has the CPU off. He is also using the super high. He's at 447 degrees. He's cleaning the bottom of the CPU with the relatively new China brush method.
So remember, guys, when you're cleaning, they have a high temperature, but you don't want to keep that heat on there too much.
All right, Luis is got it already off. 4 minutes and 46 seconds. All right, now.
Yeah,
this
Sergio, that's
is
Jessa. She's here
Manuel.
refereeing.
Manuel is already at a disadvantage. Everybody take a look at Manuel. Manuel is going to have to crunch down into this tiny little cage. Now, what does your station look like at home? Does it have like a roof? No, ma'am. No. Emmanuel is from Austin, Texas, and guess what? He has never met Louis Rossi. He's only in Austin, Texas. That's close to my mind. All right, Manuel is originally from Venezuela. How do I know all these things? Because this thing was supposed to start at 9 a.m. So
Wow.
my competitors are all PFS. Because we've been sitting here.
Empezaron tarde.
I did learn that
Apenas.
events
¿Qué pasó?
called
Nomás la gente no se estaban aquí, ¿verdad?
Lots of cultural differences that we are learning about. All right, Luis is steadily plugging along. He's got the really nice new tweezers, and he is trying to pick off the final bits of underfill on his CPU. All right, we gotta. Oh, you're checking it. All right. Leandro says we're gonna verify the brander board that we're gonna get Manuel. Smart strategy, so there can be no complaints. He's making sure that the original brand new board does turn on. Once we get halfway into the competition, for comedy, we're going to invite Juan from We're All Fixed to come sweep the stage again. That was the funniest thing that I saw all day. Because this is the board that they say.
Esto es necesario.
The screen is good.
Mire.
Board is good.
Okay. I got you. Bar is good. Esta pinza yo no la uso.
All right. Let me know when you're ready and I'll count you down. All right, Manuel's checking all of his tools and he's making sure that he's calm and relaxed. No pressure. Let me know when you're ready. All right, over here, Luis has 7 minutes on the button. Good job, man. Thanks for letting me criticize you publicly.
No, you're good. Yeah.
Okay.
It was a micro solder roast.
Micro solder roast. Yes, exactly.
He
All right.
roasted the CPU, actually, literally.
7 minutos.
7 minutes. 7 minutos.
7 minutos.
7 minutos. All right, at 447, you guys are all a big
Go de
fan.
técnica, ¿no? Hot air, gyro.
Yeah, so Leandro is saying this guy is ambidextrous. Luis has got the hot air in his right hand, and he is using his other hand, and he is using the soldering iron and hot air at the same time. So he's keeping it hot on the board. Quite hot. He's keeping it hot on the board. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Older.
You need to say a prayer. Oh, you said already. I think you're going to do great. I think you're going to be calm, chill, relaxed, and you're going to show us off how it's done. Representing Austin, Texas.
Representing Guzman.
All right, Manuel is just about ready to start.
Ahí que me ha visto a Barbie, a Juan.
3, 2,
¿Cuántas
1.
personas
Go.
entraron
All right,
en
Manuel
competición?
is on the clock. and
¿Cuánta
he is
gente?
gonna
Creo
start.
que 9.
9,
He's
ok.
got his scalpel blade, so he's using the scalpel blade at a reasonable 270 underfill cleaning temperature to cut the border of the CPU before he's ready to take it off. Over here at Luis.
All right, so they had about 9 to 10 contestants. They're doing like a round robin type deal. So one table's ready to go. Someone sits down and it's a 15 Pro that they're CPU removing and reballing. So very, very tricky process.
16.
Oh, it's a 16 now? Oh, 16. Very tedious.
Everybody's loving the little nylon brush up here. All right, and then Manuel's doing the 270. That's a classic and traditional temperature for cutting the underfill away from around the chip.
Remove the glue.
All right, removing the glue. Yep, still removing the glue. So Manuel's technique for CPU, he's putting flux only at the 4 corners. Now, flux, here he comes. He's taking away the microscope, so you guys will not be able to see. This is a very classic technique. This is traditional. He's very, very close to the CPU with a hot air. He's at 400 Celsius. That is a very classic temperature as well. It's not that super high heat that we've been seeing from the other competitors. His tool is one of the thin CPU removal blades, and he's looking at it with his bare young eyes that only young people can do. If you are less than 40, you are automatically going to be really good at CPU. He doesn't need to wear the reading glasses. He's not using the microscope. He's very, very close, and he's decided this is taking too long, and I think he's right. What does that mean? It means that his 400 degrees is not really 400, so he just went up by 10. He turned the temperature up to 411, and now he's going to give it a try. This to me seems like what an experienced person would do. You're letting the board talk to you, and you're listening to what it says, and it's just telling you this isn't hot enough. I think he's right. Right? He's feeling just by feel whether or not the balls are soft. Are these balls soft? Can I slide my tool inside? That's what she said. All right, it's still kind of taking a long time, and you can see that he's moving his hot air on what we call the cold side of the CPU. And he's able to slide in a little bit. I think he wishes it was hotter, but he's going to go for it. There you go. How do you feel about that? He said, don't talk to me, I'm competing, man. You're not bothering me. Nobody's trying to do an interview. All right, Luis is over here about to reball his CPU. He's putting his CPU into the Mijing stencil. Mijing stencil is perfectly aligned. It works pretty well. And what's cool about the Mijing stencil is that it comes with a non-magnetic little by magnet, most of our tools, like steel, clear blades, they'll just stick right on there and they're very quick to work with. So it's sole clear, a non-magnetic.
So he's
blade.
reballing right now. Got a little template.
Alright, Manuel is now going to be cleaning up his CAD underneath the CPU. He's cleaning it up with some copper braid and just the iron, pretty classic, pretty traditional. So he's not using the hot air at the same time like Luis was doing. So I like that Manuel has a different strategy. It's almost a sort of, I'd say, more classic, more North American strategy for CPU work. I like how calm and relaxed Luis is over here. He is very chill. I think it's the chair, to be honest. He's very relaxed. He's done this many times. So interestingly, I don't see any of these guys doing what I would do, which is a step that I call downgrade alloy, where I would first apply the lower temperature leaded solder to the pad. I would use an iron and I would downgrade alloy first before trying to use the copper wick to pull it up. That does take more time. These guys are saying, nope, I'm going to raise the temperature on the iron itself and try to just wick the very hot.
All right, guys, I'll be back. I'm gonna show the rest of the. So what's up to the champion, grand champion? Did you win?
Hey,
You going to China?
70%, just the top part.
So what they
doesn't
say?
work.
Oh yeah, did they allow it or no?
No, I was just saying like, hey, well the top part doesn't work. 700.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's 1,000 or 7. I don't know.
Yeah, right. A quarter if it worked, so give him some money.
Who knows?
How you doing?
We'll see.
my friend?
Javier.
I missed you yesterday.
Yeah.
You didn't come for
Yeah, I got in
the
late.
demo.
So they're gonna do another one?
We're gonna do another one.
All right, we'll be back here in a bit, guys.
I don't know if they. My only hope